Hey, my friend, welcome to the first edition of Thrive with Truckers. My name is Elroy White, and I'm here with this amazing gentleman here, Tyrone Lennon, amazing gentleman who actually, ditched policing to become a truck driver. And, I've seen this gentleman, worked, and right now he became a truck company driver, and now he's a successful owner operator. And I'm so, excited to have him here today. He has a wealth of knowledge, and I'm so proud of him. And he's going to be sharing with you some of the things that you probably never really heard of the trucking industry. And we're here to hear it today from Tyrone. Hey, Tyrone, man, how you doing, man? Thank you for coming on today.
Hey, Elroy. It's a pleasure being here, man.
For sure, man. I'm excited to have you here. So tell me, Tyrone. I know. There's why did you actually ditch policing to actually become a truck driver?
Well, growing up, policing was my dream. At first, I had joined the army. I did 6 years, and then my dream was always to become a police officer. And while I was in school pursuing my dreams, you know, um, I went low on cash, and I had a friend of mine. He's a truck driver. He wanted to be a police officer as well, but he was working on getting his documents in Canada so he could pursue that dream. However, while I was in school, I used to always keep in contact with him. And one day he was saying to me, "Yo, if you want to make some good money, come into trucking." But I didn't believe I could do all this long driving, like driving just from Toronto to Oshawa. I was falling asleep, and when I said to my wife, I'm gonna try this trucking thing because my friend showed me his pay stub and showed me what he was making in 2 weeks. And I was like, wow, this guy is making a lot of money. So my wife was like, you sure? I don't think you can do this. I don't think you're driving from Toronto to Oshawa, and I have to be waking you up. And I was like, there must be a strategy. You know that I could so there's something, there has to be something I could do to make myself more prepared to drive and all that. And I went ahead and I got the license. After I got the license, I was still in school. It's funny, I was in school to get the license, I was in school to be a cop, and I was doing a part-time job at the same time, all at the same time, right?
Oh, wow.
After I got the license, I decided I'm going to try out trucking. I started doing flatbedding first. I did that for 3 months. After the 3 months, I used to see the car haulers carrying cars, and I went online and I saw, well, it paid, and I was like, I want to try that. I want to try that. So I called a few companies, and it happened that CCT, they were looking for drivers, and they went to the school that I trained, and they gave them my number, so they reached out to me. Um, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I did my test, I failed because I was so nervous. But after doing flatbedding for 3 months, I called them back because I decided I'm not giving up. I did flatbedding for 3 months, and then I called them back and I said, hey, I got 3 months experience now. Can I get a retest? And they said, come, do your retest. I went there, did the retest. They couldn't even believe that it was still the same person that came the first time. They're like, this guy's floating gears and all that. This is not him. But I was telling them I was nervous at first, but it is what it
Yeah.
is. I got the job, and I started doing it. But no, I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn everything. So I kept like talking to other drivers and seeing all the different loads were done and all that. And I just I just became like so good and so fast at doing it, and um,
Yeah.
and after I got in it and I started seeing the money, I finished school and I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. After making for the first year, like first year, I made like 150,000 the first year. I'm like,
Wow.
like if I not knocking the police in, but if I go to the police right now, then I'll be going backwards then where money is concerned. You know what I mean? Even though it's my dream, it's what I love. That is what I want to do. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
though, but am I gonna give up? You know, no, making way over 200 to go back and be a police officer. I don't know yet. You know what I mean? Probably in the future. But yeah, that's how I actually didn't ditch it, but I just I put it down for a little bit. It's still in the still it's probably it might be in the future still. You never know.
Okay, got you. So
Yeah,
wow, man, that's incredible. That shows like, if you fail once, it doesn't matter. Keep going
keep
because you may
going.
get
Yeah,
another chance to get in, right? What if you did just stop and say,
yeah.
hey,
And
you know what I
no,
mean?
not to cut you, but the funny thing is, after I did it, I had a friend, older gentleman, but he just like he kept in touch with me. We were my part-time job that I was doing while I was in school and all that was a school bus driver.
Mhm.
I was the youngest one there. Youngest is all senior people doing this job, and I was just there. You know what I mean? And I had my plan. I stuck to my plan. You know what I mean? And this guy,
Mhm.
for some, I respect him so much. For some reason, he believed in me. And whenever he asked me a question, I say, "Hey, what would you do in this case, in that case, or whatever?" He always followed me. You know what I mean? So now
Yeah.
he's also into trucking. He came into trucking, and then he came into car hauling at the same company that I started. And not only
Wow.
that, he failed the first time too, and he came back because I was
Wow.
there telling him, "Hey, don't give up, don't give up. I failed too. Try again." And he's still here right now. He's very successful as well.
Wow. Look at that, eh?
Yeah, man.
Wow, that's inspiring, man. Like, I mean, if you actually did quit the first time, this gentleman probably who knows where he would be today, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's amazing, man. I know you mentioned that, you still have a passion like for policing and stuff. So
Yeah.
what if like I know you didn't like really cut it off. What if, they actually start paying just like trucking? What would you do? Would you actually stay in trucking or would you just say,
Well,
hey, let me pursue policing?
well, that will that's really a hard one because no, I'm not only just a trucker. I'm a owner operator right now. So I
Yeah.
have my own truck right now. So like I'm sure they're not gonna be paying what I'm being paid as an owner operator right now. No, it's gonna take a miracle. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's something I still love. I might, after I put down trucking in the future, because like I'm not gonna do this forever, right? I might just say, hey, let's go see if there's something there for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. I totally get it. I know there's a lot of, people saying that, trucking doesn't pay and you're out here getting paid. And
Yeah,
it's amazing how, people are having great success and they're not hearing about it. And it's
yeah,
it's a pleasure to have you here sharing your success story to others. Maybe it could inspire someone to get in trucking, right?
100%.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
So I know you're being a successful owner operator right now. What was one of your biggest challenge when you actually started and what did you do to overcome it?
Well, I just started out being an owner operator. There's not there's isn't only one. There's more than one challenges. You know what I mean? Because now you're going into a whole new world. You never
Mhm.
owned a truck before. You don't have anyone to look to when it's time to do repairs and like as a owner, when you go to like shops to get your truck fixed, they treat you like you're a fleet owner. You know what I mean? You know, so like you got one truck, the truck has to stay running. You know what I mean? They'll want to keep it for a week. You're down for a week, 2 weeks. You're losing a lot of money, and you still got to pay for the truck, right? So like stuff like that, and you know, like as owner, all everything falls back on you now. So that was one of my challenge. Everything you got to make sure you're dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's because like no, you're paying. You know what I mean? Everything is you. There's no company that takes this or deals with that or deals with this. It's just you. So that was one of my biggest challenge when I started out. But I kind of I learned the game fast. You know, I'm a fast learner. I learned the game fast, and I try to talk to a lot of other owner operators. I have a few friends that I whenever I have a problem, I call them and ask them what they did or what they would do, you know, in the case of that. Yeah, and that's how I kind of overcome that. But there's always something new coming, you know what I mean? There's always
Yeah.
something new coming, you know.
So that's what really make it fun, right? Challenges.
Yeah. Challenges, yeah. It's how you manipulate the challenges and maneuver. Well, how you maneuver the challenges and get yourself out of them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just the other day, I had my radiator went on me. The radiator, the genuine one was $6,000 for the radiator only, and it's the next $1,500 to put it in.
Hmm.
Right? That's that's the price you got to pay right there one time. You know
That's
what I
it.
mean? I spoke to some good friends, different shops. I call different shops and asked what they think about putting a aftermarket one in. And
Yeah.
you know, I called the dealer, asked them, you know, and the dealer told me, hey, we've never put. I don't remember ever putting a genuine one in. They always put the aftermarket ones in there. And you know, that's the route I went, and it only cost me like 2,500. You know what I mean? If I didn't have like a little experience, I would just go and spend $7,500, right? Yeah, so it's all
I
about how
can,
you maneuver those challenges and you know, finding a way out of them. So they could be pretty costly.
yeah, absolutely, man. And what you said, like, I think is very, very important. You know, you ask questions of people who
That's
are
it.
actually owner operators.
There's never
I
a
think that's
stupid
a,
question.
what was that?
There's never a stupid question. Ask questions because there's always someone who been through it before, you know,
Yeah.
or someone who with more knowledge to say, hey, deal with this, deal with it this way. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's hey, always remember two heads is better than one,
for
right? So
sure, man.
I always ask a lot of people. I always just, you know what I mean? Even before I bought my own truck, no, I used to do my research. I'll talk to guys who don't have a truck. I talk to guys who own trucks in the past. I've talked to guys who own truck presently. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's all different stories. You know what I mean? I've talked to one guy that, you know, said something that really made sense. You know, he said, hey, he has a truck, and he said, um, you know what? If you work hard, you can do it. But if you don't work hard, you won't do it. You know what I mean? Everyone else say, "Ooh,
Yeah.
I'll never do it. I'll never do it. I'll never own a truck. I'll never do this. I'll never do that. Why would I want to own a truck?" You know, there's one point in my career as a truck company driver. I was making like 17,000 a month, and the next driver would look at me and go, "I'm making $17,000. Why would I buy a truck?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, that's the reason why I'll buy a truck because if I'm making 17,000, they're making probably 80. You know
Yeah.
what I
There's a
mean?
difference.
I want to make that 80. You know what I mean? I'll pay to repair the truck and whatnot. So I try to stay on top of my repairs. You know what I mean? So, you know, because like their problem is they don't want to deal with any headaches like truck breaking and all that. It's gonna happen. But if you
Yeah.
work hard, the truck makes enough money, you could repair the truck. Just be on your repairs, you know, preventative maintenance. Like what do your checks, you get your checks done, you know what I mean? That way something's coming up, you know, you prepare for it. Right? Some guys they just drive, just like their cars. They just drive until it, you know, it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you gotta go get a new one or you gotta park it or you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense, man. I mean, if you
Yeah,
take care of the truck and you know how your truck runs, then you gotta fix it before it breaks down on you. I think that's one of that would be like a big mistake not to
yeah,
like to just drive your trucks and
drive,
not,
drive, drive. Yeah,
you know
you
what I
gotta,
mean?
yeah, it's carrying a lot of weight at all
Yeah,
times. You know what I mean? So you wanna be on top of your repairs. You know,
yeah,
I was down
absolutely.
for 1 week last week. I just dropped the truck in the shop and have them done a bunch of repairs on it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Some awesome nuggets right there.
Yeah.
So, how important is it to basically have, training and support, on your journey? Has it really made a difference? I know it's like car hauling, it's different than just regular truck drivers.
Yeah.
How is it important to have training and support?
Well, all right. First of all, training is very good. It's very important to have training
Mhm.
because you have damages. You know, like there's lots of stuff. Your truck could you could something could fall off of your damn truck. You don't want something falling off. Um, there's lots of stuff that training prepares you for.
Yeah,
Training is very important, and I tell people all the time, get as much training as possible and learn as much different trucks as possible. You have the 606, the 609, the quick loaders. You have, you know what I mean? No, well, 609, this is a quick loader. 611, you have all of them.
yeah,
Learn as much as possible because the training becomes very, very important when you get into any issues. You know what I mean? Um, for instance, there's one time I had a two-wheel drive truck on my overhead. I didn't
mhm.
realize it was two-wheel drive until I dropped it in the pocket, right? Dropped it in the pocket, it couldn't come out. Well, most drivers would call to get a tow truck to come pull it off, right? Because I couldn't get it
Yeah,
out. I had to use the number two deck to slide it forward and pull the truck out. While the truck is in neutral on top of my truck, you know what I had to
yeah,
do? I had to get a different cable and strap it underneath the bottom just in case it comes out and you start rolling off the truck because no one is up there because I got to be operating the controls at the bottom. There's something to stop it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? All that
Smart.
comes with all that comes with training and experience. You know what I mean? Where support is concerned, you gotta have those people you could call at any time. For instance, even you. So many times I've called you. So many times
For
I've
real.
called Leroy. So many times I've called other people, say, hey, what would you do in a case like this? What would you do in a case like that? You know what I mean? So having that support is really, really good. Having people you can call. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's really important to have the support and people you could really call on just in case you're in something that you've never dealt with before.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, I mean, if you don't have like, support, it's just like, running the game by yourself, right?
You're in the game by yourself. Yeah, you
Yeah.
need you need the support of others. There's um a lot of people I've seen a lot of people get into the game and one time I was in Detroit River, I saw this guy, he was there, and I was like, why is he not loading? So I got there and I got loaded and I went over to him and I said, hey, what's the problem? What's going on? You know what I mean? I don't even know this guy from nowhere. I was just wondering what's going on with him. I was like, what's the
Yeah.
problem? What's going on? He said, oh, the truck is broken. So I'm like, oh, did you call to get repairs? He doesn't know who to call. He doesn't know nothing. This guy just got into the game. He
Oh,
has no
yeah.
support. He didn't get any training. He's training on his own truck. That's the wrong way to do it. So
Wow.
I now had to, call someone and get him fixed up and got him going. You know what I mean?
That's
But
awesome, man.
yeah, that's just to show you, like, there's a wrong way and there's a right way to get into this thing. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
support is really good when it comes to this game because, like, you know, if I wasn't the type of person I was, he would still be there even when I was leaving. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah,
They say God always sends someone, man. I guess you were the special one to help him out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. God sent me. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure, man. So I know, like, you've been doing an amazing job, at what you do. So what would you say is the number one, like, valuable lesson that you've learned on your journey so far? Like, if someone's watching this,
Mhm.
that they could take that nugget and actually implement it.
Okay. One of the well, one of the main lessons I've learned is training and experience is some of the best things you could ever have. You need your training and your experience. Like I said, there's so many times I've gotten myself out of some pickle
Yeah,
that if I didn't have the experience and the training, I would have had to call at 2 o'clock in the morning and then wait 5 hours to get someone to come and help me out or whatever, right? There's so many times I've gotten myself out of things. And that's just because of the training that I got, and the little experience I've gotten over the 2.5 years I've been doing this.
wow, that's amazing, man. 2.5 years and you're
Two
you're
and a
you're
half
you're,
years.
you're doing amazing. I love it, man. So proud of you.
I try to work hard.
No, you're not actually trying to work hard, man. I know you, man. You've been working hard, man. You're not trying, man. You're actually doing it.
No, after I think after a couple years of trying, it becomes natural. It's just you. You know that, yeah, you wake up early in the morning and you get out there, you get going. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that you put your preload on before you go home on Friday. Some guys, it's Friday, they want to go home. Me,
yeah,
yeah, I want to go home. I want to go see my family, but I got to prepare for Monday because Monday's coming.
that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you get stuck in all that traffic on Monday, then the whole week is ruined. You know what I mean? So like I like to get my week started from the week before.
absolutely. That's important, bro. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people they will really get that, but hey,
Yeah.
like I know like in car hauling is different, but getting prepared, before the week comes,
Yeah.
like it's very, very important, man. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you actually, implement that in, your business and crushing it.
Oh yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
man.
it's
So,
very important. It's very important. Preparation is very important.
yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, you know how these rush hour traffic in the morning, like, I mean, if
You want to get out of
if
that.
you
Yep.
if you're stuck in that, then it's like, man, it's like your whole week is done.
Yeah. You get like for me personally, I don't know about other drivers. If if my Monday doesn't start off good, the whole
Yeah,
week is messed up for me. I got to get a good start on Monday or whenever I start for the week. I got to get a good start for my week to be. You could run into some hiccups in the middle of the week, but then because you started way before, you have enough time to fix your hiccups and get it right. You know
yeah,
what I mean? But if you start late and then you get some problems, the truck breaks, then you're way, way, way behind.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So, it's just important.
sure, man. I know there's a lot of companies out there, right? That does like car hauling and stuff. So, what attracted you to the company that actually gave you the opportunity?
Well, like I said, when I started, they came and looked for drivers. They were looking for drivers because in the corona time, it was really slow and companies needed drivers so bad, so they were taking drivers right out of school, right?
Yeah,
And then I started checking their company out, and I realized they had some, nice equipments, clean equipments, and they were willing to give me the experience. A lot of companies are not willing to give the experience at the time. You know what I mean? So, I just I gravitated towards them, and they
mhm,
gave me the experience, and they didn't give up on me when I failed the first time. They gave me the chance to come back and redeem myself, and that's what made me stay all this time. You know what I mean? They didn't give up on me, so I'm not gonna just give up on them just like that. You know what I mean? It's a good company.
yeah, love that, man. What was that?
CCT Autotron.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you know what it is? You actually said something, they were looking for you.
Yeah, they were looking
So
for drivers.
that,
Yeah,
that's why it's so important to actually, show up, because if you don't show up, the
yeah,
person who may be right for your company may not even see you.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a solid nugget. And so another thing before you go, I know you got your wife and kids you gotta take care of and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
I
one
got, I got,
one
I, got,
other question.
I already told him what's up. Yeah, I got, I'm here with Big Brother.
For sure, man. So what advice would you give someone, who wants to become a truck driver today? If they're on the fence or, they decide if they want to do it or not, they're not sure. What advice would you actually give them?
All right. So someone who is not sure about becoming a truck driver or not, like just follow your heart. Not everyone you're gonna go to is gonna tell you, oh, it's a good gig or it's a good this or it's a good that. Some people are gonna knock it and say, oh, I'll never do it and whatnot. I mean, follow your
Yeah,
heart. You know what I mean? If you work hard, you'll be successful. Work hard and work smart. You'll be successful. You know what I mean? It is a good job depending on what kind of trucking you're doing.
yeah.
I'm not telling anyone that hey, you go out there and drive for a million miles a day for a couple cents. I'm not telling anyone to do that, but like if you get into the right truck form of trucking, you could be successful at doing it. I know a lot of truckers that are well off today. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And those are the guys that I talk to when I want to know if I'm in the right place. You know what I mean? Talk to people who are doing good at it, not people who are just
yeah,
barely making it by because they don't work hard. You know what I mean? That's my advice
absolutely.
to anyone who is looking to come in this field. You know what I mean? It's not always gonna be a bed of rose, especially if you want to come into car hauling. I want to inform a lot of people. A lot of people don't know that you got to load the cars yourself. You got to
Yeah,
inspect them. You got to make sure there's no damages. You got to do all those things yourself. There's no one there loading the cars when you pull up at the loading dock, right?
yeah. And no machines that ain't gonna load it for you.
Yeah, I get those questions a lot at truck stops. Guys, hey, are you? There's someone load them for you? No, you got to load them yourself. You got to secure your load.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Um, it's not a piece of, it's not a cakewalk. It's not a walk in the park. It's a job that it takes a lot. It takes a lot, especially when you got to load 3-4 times a day. Load and
Yeah,
offload 3-4 times a day. Because there's times when I have to do that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I know guys that are doing it more. Some guys I've met guys who said, hey, I do 7 loads a day. 7 loads
Wow.
a day. That is 14 times loading and offloading
Yep. That's a lot.
for one day. And they do that every day for the week.
And the great thing about that is it's
Mm-hmm.
not like you're just sitting and driving.
Yeah.
You're actually working out while you're
Working out.
yeah.
Yes.
That's one of the big thing like
About it.
beneficial
About
for
it.
truck drivers right now.
Yep. Yep. That's that. Like um, I don't really like loading 9 cars. I kind of love running for GM where I just load 6 trucks on and whatnot. But I know guys that they're doing 9 cars constantly. 9 cars, 9 cars, 9 cars, 9 cars, loading and
Yeah.
offloading. It's way more work. It's way more work, but it gives you a lot more, exercise. For guys who likes to exercise, because a lot of people they don't want to come into this field because they're thinking it's just sitting down, no exercise and whatnot. Hey, I pull up a truck stop sometime and I'm working out. I'm doing pull-ups on my truck and all these things on my truck. I keep fit. You know what I mean?
That's
I
it.
keep I do my workouts at home. I see you doing your workouts all the time, posting your videos and all that. It's just, it's all about the
Yeah.
mindset. It's all up here. It is all up here. If you sit down and you get big in your truck, it's just you. It's up here. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
trick yourself. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's an amazing nugget right there, man. A lot of people don't know, but hey,
A lot of people
keeping
don't
your
know.
body active. Cause we drive all day on the road. Like, hey, it's important to take some time out for yourself, not just to run the miles all day.
Yeah.
and just trying to make some money, right?
Yep.
You gotta take care of yourself first.
You gotta take care of yourself because you could be making all the money in the world and you're not taking care of yourself, and you're gonna, when it's your time to go, you're gonna leave all that money.
Yeah,
You know, you gotta take care of yourself so you can stay and spend that money.
that's
You know what I
it.
mean?
You got a family and stuff at home. Hey, spend
Yep.
it with them and get some great memories with them.
Great memories. Like I told, like, some people say, "Oh, you're gone all week and whatnot." When I'm home, I'm having you seen it. I'm having fun
Oh,
with
yeah.
my kids. I take them out. You know what I mean? I'm in the fields right now.
Oh, look at that view,
I'm,
man.
I'm in the fields right now, but my
Nice.
daughter, my daughter will just call me. There's a river up there.
Wow. It's pretty
This is where
nice,
my
man.
weekend is, all my weekends. Not you know what I mean? All my weekends. This is where we are. You know, my daughter just called me just now. She's like, "Dad, where you at? I need to go for rides. I need to do this. I need to do that." You know what I mean? And it doesn't
Yeah,
that from sundown till sun up, we're doing this. We're outside.
nice.
You know what I mean?
Doing,
Yeah,
doing what
our
you
phones
enjoy,
are.
man.
You only caught me right now because you're my big brother and you say, "Hey," and I'm ready. You know what I mean? But
For sure, man.
usually my phone is put away, tucked away on the weekends. Done with trucking. I already prepared for Monday. Done with trucking until Monday. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
So a
That's
lot of
that.
people, I've heard a lot of people. Oh, I was an owner operator before, and during the week I'm in the truck, and then on weekends I got to be working on the truck and whatnot. Nah, you don't have to. It's a choice. You know what I mean? My
Yeah,
truck is broken. I book it into a shop, and I'm home on the weekend. Someone could deal with that problem. You know what I mean? You just got to pay to deal with it,
that's it.
right? But I'm not here working on truck on weekends and in the truck in the week. No, weekend time is for my family. Most people, if you're not that close to me where you could call somebody else to get to me, you won't get me the whole weekend. You know what I mean? My weekend is for my family. I don't like. Sometimes my sister will pop surprise me with, "Oh, I'm having a party or whatnot. I gotta cancel it. I gotta say I can't make it because the weekend is home with my family. This is what I want to do. You know what I mean? I want to spend as much
Yeah,
time with them as possible because I have kids. I have young kids, and the last thing you want is to quint or blink, and time just fly by and you didn't spend any time with them. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
my weekends are very important. Well, that's just me.
yeah.
Sure,
Absolutely. And you mentioned an important point too. You said it's a choice.
it's a choice.
And yeah, a lot of people they say like if you're a trucker, you don't have time for your family. But then again, you have time for work, you grind, you did your thing, and now you schedule your time for your family. Now you have a
Exactly,
balance, right?
exactly, exactly.
So so that's the beautiful part about trucking. Either you choose to go long haul or you spend like a month out on the
Away.
road. You do a little out there and back, and you have your family. So
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
couldn't. I like having my family. I don't think I could do long haul. I can't be away from them for that long. I'm away because I go out all week.
yeah,
Some there's few times when I'll get a load that's passing by my house and I'll go home during the week. But usually most times I'm away all week. I'm back on Friday. Sometimes I'm back on Saturday. But when I'm back, I'm back. It's family
yeah,
time. You know what I'm saying? Um, I take my family time really really serious. I'm with the family, I'm with the family. I don't want to, if it's important, someone when my buddies call me, something is important, he needs help. Yeah, I'll go help, but it has to be important. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and I'll probably bring my family when I'm going too, because I really, I treasure the little time I have with them.
for sure.
Because I'm away all week, and they're in school and my wife is at work and all that, but we talk every chance we get. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes
Yeah,
like I'm home because they'll be home having dinner, and I'm right there on the FaceTime
yeah.
having dinner with them. I'm sitting on my
For
truck
real.
having dinner there, having dinner. It's like I'm home still, right? No, so technology kind of make it a little bit easier now
Yeah,
than back in the day when it used to be long haul. You don't see me, you barely hear me for a month. No,
yeah.
you
That's
know,
crazy, man. So you're away, but you're still present because you got technology to help you to be
technology
present.
helps
It's pretty
like
good,
that.
man.
Yeah, helps me to be home more.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. These are some great nuggets, you shared today, man. And it's been a great time having you here. I mean, if you're watching this video here and you got value from it, please share it. Somebody who you know may be looking for this information. Tyrone just shared like a wealth of knowledge. I mean, he got more. I mean, we don't have enough time to give you everything, but hey, listen, if you got value, you could comment, you could share, do whatever, so you could get the word out there. So this is the first edition of, Thrive with Truckers. Hope you got some value from this. And hey, if you're a fleet owner and you're looking for truckers like Tyrone, you heard the man, you could definitely reach out to me, or you could go to getandkeepdrivers.net. So my friend, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
All right, thank you for having me, buddy.
All right, man. I appreciate you for coming on, brother.
No problem. Anytime, man.